Our elite meeting with Wendy Williams conversing with TJ about her revealed well-being inconveniences and the finish of her show well-being is extremely 25-year-old that I want someone to deal with my record and I don't need that give me around 90 days there are private things that I need to manage continue watching since I will be back on the Wendy show greater and more splendid than at any other time Wendy Williams needs our assistance she's being the constrained by a group's media in a single report Wendy is totally fine and flourishing and afterward in one more report she's backslid on liquor and will not be getting back to media at any point in the future so we should get into it there's something truly amiss with Wendy Williams and we want to discuss it so we should go over what's been the deal with her the beyond couple of months on the grounds that most as of late she was spotted very much like remaining in the road in New York unfamiliar I'm expecting that Wendy has been investing a large portion of her energy in New York however we truly have barely any familiarity with her since she's been in and out of recovery offices in June 2022 her daytime talk series The Wendy Williams Show was dropped following a whole time a visitor has from that point forward Wendy has likewise invested time in a recovery office for substance misuse it's muddled if or when Wendy Williams will get back to work regardless of her declaring a forthcoming web recording series named The Blustery Experience you realize the entire thing that is presumably my huge music the new digital broadcast educate us well I need to let you know when I at last quit doing the Wendy Williams show I said wow I could do anything I need or nothing by any means so webcast is something or other so I was truly energized for that web recording. Despite the fact that the sound is somewhat screwed up in there it appears to be energizing since I used to watch the Wendy Williams show yet presently this web recording that she's been advancing for quite a long time is dropped because of well-being worries there are bunches of well-being concerns and it seems like they attempt to utilize that reason to conceal things I mean we realize that Wendy's been doing combating Graves' sickness and lymphedema for some time now which all outcomes in stuff like enlarged appendages and overactive thyroid I can likewise play with your weight and as of late Wendy was seen making the rounds and trying to say arbitrary things she said I'm a really 138 pounds which she wasn't gotten some information about her weight yet she very much like yelled it out I'm prepared hello stand by might we at any point end up in such a state too hello folks here this way also if it's not too much trouble as far as possible around thank you look extraordinary you look incredible Wendy she expressed that she was currently 138 pounds. Since this digital recording was coming out Wendy has been out about praising her new tasks and her prosperity to come however presently I'm confounded on the grounds that the digital broadcast is finished at this point she's over here at this club grinning and commending the show coming about she told the paparazzi that she just saw the specialists and that is the reason she knew her weight yet we truly don't have any idea how that affects her well-being I mean it doesn't exactly make any difference whether she's losing or putting on weight that is somewhat of a side effect of the sicknesses that she has however at that point I found this article from like 7 days prior where they made sense of that Wendy really had her bosom inserts taken out which I regularly wouldn't discuss this yet some of the time those inserts like I surmise add to diseases so she had them eliminated which you realize that was a major piece of her character individuals know this since there was a post made where they wrote in the subtitle that Wendy had gone through this medical procedure and I should concede she looks great. I mean it looks corresponding to her body and she looks cheerful and sound here so for what reason is the digital recording like dropped I mean Wendy was simply seen making the rounds at a smoke shop very much like chilling and she looked great she was strolling she's cognizant I don't have the foggiest idea where this well-being concern might have come from she even collaborated for certain groups when she was making the rounds since I think she wants an assistance to walk and I surmise somebody proposed to help her I'm going someone assist me I with aiding you God help us okay Wendy believed nothing should do with this lady except for this trip and the excursion before I feel like these two occasions are arranged like her group reached the paparazzi and they ensured Wendy looked completely fine and assembled so they could put her out there and cause her to appear to be okay and the justification for why I believe it's arranged is on the grounds that as I was doing explore for new clasps of her and paparazzi Film. I tracked down this one from somebody who resembles a YouTube paparazzi, so he's not with any news sources, and he finds her at a Petco and she inquires as to whether I accept somebody named Will sent him, so I think she has somebody who works for her named Will who contacts the paparazzis to go to spots to take photos of her to make titles and to cause it to appear as though she's getting along nicely, and in this case he only sort of found her and she was struggling. Gracious my golly, music. I'm looking for kitty litter. So Wendy was somewhat reclaimed that this person was doing this all alone, and I believe there's a valid justification for this video film, and these photographs wound up making news, and individuals guarantee that Wendy's appears to be fatigued and disturbing. In this video she's cited saying, "I'm looking for kitty litter since I have a wax exhibition hall in Paris and one in California." I believe she's discussing like a wax craft of herself. She additionally told the paparazzi that she's going for 7 days in Paris, then 3 weeks in California, then she flies back, only similar to letting them know her timetable. I surmise I have wax gallery in Paris and one in California, as I will spend 7 days in Paris and afterward 3 weeks in California and afterward quickly fly back. Gracious, and afterward I need to be on television. You realize stuff like Seth Meyers, Euphoria, Behar, Whoopi Goldberg, The View, stuff like that is great. Genuinely she was pleasant about it for it not being what is happening, and as I would see it, I don't think she appears to be that fatigued. However, I'm fatigued by the news that she's currently now finishing this new venture. This individual was cited saying it's weird since she's Maxim, there is no digital broadcast yet, in addition advising individuals that she will get back to television. It's difficult to sort out what is situated as a general rule. Goodness. Unscripted television. Might you at any point envision, however, they're expressing situated as a general rule, like is she whimsical? The insight about the web recording finishing comes a day after she was spotted at a bar in New York purportedly celebrating new things in progress. Evidently Wendy went out celebrating new things in her day-to-day existence. She's getting breezy too. She's cheerful and energized for her new open doors and pizzazz, which we love to hear. That yet in addition different sources referenced to the press that she was drinking a ton and requesting more liquor, and it seems like she simply needed to become inebriated, which doesn't actually blend well in with Wendy. Liquor was a main problem for Wendy for a long time, and she was even hanging on by a thread because of her concerns with liquor before her companions mediated. Yet I bet when you live with a continually undermining individual and doesn't actually conceal his trips and vacays with his courtesan, you can attempt to fabricate your aggravation, while Wendy valiantly conceded that she was managing issues and addictions she had in the past. Her old issues returned in the midst of her dreadful separation from ex-Paradise Hunter. Her ex was a horrendous man. Yet back to that second at that gay bar, since I went through presumably about like 6 or 7 articles and I read them, and there wasn't any notice that the other article didn't have. However, at that point I found another article and it makes reference to this whole story that I can't find elsewhere. So essentially, when she was at this bar commending her new life, there was a whole group that came in and transformed the eatery into a film set. Around 30 individuals in the team. There were lights, camera, sound makers. It seemed to be an unscripted TV drama. So this second that she had that appeared to resemble nonchalantly becoming inebriated, and praising this achievement turned out to resemble some sort of video-like shoot, and it seems like she could be doing like unscripted television or not. For this reason I'm so confounded in light of the fact that I gazed upward such countless things, even her issues with Wells Fargo, and there's nothing on it. That is on the grounds that the case has been fixed in court. However, taking a gander at this, I found it truly odd that no other person raised that like there might have been a show shot. As of now, they were even cited saying that one of the scenes was Wendy having a supper with a companion. Wendy came into the lounge area with her enormous character waving at every one of the visitors. They resembled additional items in her film, and keeping in mind that I'm energized that Wendy is dealing with new ventures, I'm stressed to hear that she's drinking once more, and I don't intend to be faltering. Yet this article composes Wendy has chosen to drink liquor again in spite of finishing a 2-month excursion to recovery, and the rep said this is on the grounds that she's beginning new. Williams drinking liquor again surfaced as of late, as a few sensationalist newspapers posted data about her boozy trips. Well, this is a stressing sign, since like many individuals I anticipated that Wendy should get freed of all her undesirable addictions and spotlight on her new Life liberated from her bamboozling ex and his fancy woman. I don't intend to be the police here, and I don't think we really want to guide her yet. In addition, like, I comprehend that dependence doesn't disappear. It's a battle you have for quite a while. It's a fight, and to only similar to begin new and carry on like it never happened is similar to you realize oblivious. A burger joint likewise let the distribution know that she continued to need to get tanked this evening. She wasn't concealing her drinking prior to guaranteeing. The star said she's moving to LA in 3 weeks. There are a few things that are predictable here, like the Petco and this bar outing. She let them know that she was going to law for a long time, so that is by all accounts genuine. The source added that Wendy told the table that she was searching for adoration and like in Sex in the City she's willing to get down. Who was with Wendy?